very real and gone through. And they all have a good sense of humor. There's actionies. Actionies are demigods. There's only one divine. And we all come. It's a transcendence. We travel down and then we travel back to some other lower life form. We are divine because we have abilities they cannot have. So we are higher form. But the lowest action is million times as vibratory that is. So they can do anything they want. But usually they don't interfere. Sometimes they do, depending on your demands, what demands you make on them. Otherwise they're very sweet, they're very nice. They come here because mother is here. They don't come to see us. They come here because mother is here. And they do Varahi Homa. Even Asuric elements come because she, Varahi Ambiga, is the mother of asuras too. So, and she's very fair to them because she knows they need something, and that is the Swabava. See, they're all created from one source, right? So, asuras and devas, they have their own Swabava, and they have to evolve. They have to, and some asuras are very highly evolved. Ravana is a very highly evolved soul. And after slaying him when he was passing away, he was asking something from Ravana, and he was standing at the head. So Ravana said, "You come down and ask me in my ear." And then I realized he gave him something. We don't know what he told Ravana. Nobody knows what he said. But before he passed away, he said that to Ravana passed away. It must be something very profound, which must be in the Upanishads or whatever. But we don't know, because nobody heard it. Lakshmana, you won't even talk. But Rama went to his head and asked him with reverence. He's passing away. Ravana has passed. But Ravana is a highly cultured, educated person. So don't look down on Asura. They do the job because it is a Swabava. And so no point saying the sinners, the terrible. It's not that. That's why I say the topic of sin itself, I won't go into it because it's very interesting. And some worlds, some galaxies, that is a good thing. They have to be there. They have to encourage that evolution of that. But ours is daily. So this place is full of actions. So when you come here and meditate on them, think of them, then they reciprocate. If you don't think of them, they don't exist to you and you don't exist to them. So it's wasted connection. And they will move on. They are higher beings. We need them, they don't need us. But they need, I won't say need, they're happy when we give them our love, our affection. So when I was rubbing Krishna's feet in the place where air was touched, the poison air, and my emotions were intense. And all your emotions, I think of some of you I know, most of you I don't know, but you are devotees. That means you are connected. And most likely, we have had contacts. I can tell you that openly. I know many personally. By contact I mean we have had connections. You don't remember. The whole life you go through, you may not even know me. But we have had connections. Otherwise, you won't get together and travel together, right? It's logical. So we all connected. So sometimes I get calls from devotees, they ask me, why do I one fellow? He's a multi-millionaire, worth $7 billion. Isn't that true? He has talked to me all the time, yes, to the point his wife thought he must be homosexual. I told him that my wife asked me to. I said, no. We had many contact, and I was his mentor in the past. So he doesn't know it, he's American, he's Jewish. But he feels it. That's again an example of past connection. I see it here, many times I see husband and wife, but they were in the past, brother and sister. So I see the reactions. They behave that way, even though this life is connection should be different, the behavior should be different. It doesn't. The past birth emotions, the feelings, they continue. Sometimes it continues. Most of it, Maya is 99.9%. Completely caused amnesia, you do not know. But still, some people you see, you like them for no reason. You just like them. But there's reason. They would have been your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, brother, sister, but you don't remember that. But you feel that. Sometimes you feel somebody, I feel some people. I move away. I don't want to even know them. Okay, if I know them, I may do something negative to them because we had negative contact before. So I just go away. I don't want to know them. That's all. That's the worst I can do. I won't do any harm to them, or I won't think negatively of them. Whole thing is a drama. We're all actors. An actor really think is that part he has taken in that movie. That is one life. That is one part. He has chosen to you all. So that he needs it. So you decide what you want to be, who you want to be with, and what the life is going to be. You decide that. That's why I say, don't blame divine. Can you blame the planets? Probably, because they are the one who does every second of your life. They are the one who manages you. If you, I go through Ketu now. Ketu Buddhi is my, well, it's not positive. So I go through lots of negative things, even my meditation. I see lots of asuric elements coming. So it is not a pleasant. It is not pleasant. And Ketu, at the same time, Ketu is mokshakara. It will make you think of heaven, hell, all those deep spiritual growth happens in Ketu. But life itself is not pleasant. That's why people get scared, parents will get scared if the children go through Ketu. Okay, he will elevate you, but that is spiritual, not phenomenal. Phenomenal will be your losses, unhappiness, negative emotions it will cause. But even that will lead you to higher living, because it teaches you something very profound from a negative act. Because many of the negative things come good things, and you learn. So it's nothing like negative. It's unpleasant, unhappy, not pleasant. But you take it and learn something. That's why I say even a bad graha at the time, like you go to Ashtamathisani. Ashtamathisani means 8th of Saturn. 2.5 years you live in that, long time. Even 7.5 years Saturn, shorter, but still that period is very intense. And you go through lots of suffering, but you learn a lot. At the end of it, if you analyze it back, you see it was really not. But the problem is you lose your husband, you lose your wife, you lose your father, mother. Something negative happens. That is negative, yes. But rest of it, if you survive, if you persevere, that will be wonderful, because you learned a lot. That lesson, nothing can teach you. Only that planet can teach you. So you take it that way. So if you look at it that way, there's nothing like good time, bad time. Because even a bad time is a good time. If you look at it in terms of what you learn to persevere. You learn to survive. You learn many things during that negative period which you went through. So Ashtamathisani and Samadhi, Saturn, they are good if you learn something from them. But look at it this way. You place the planets. You have to know that you are responsible for your bad time because you wanted the planet to be there at that time. So you chose a family, you came on certain time, so you go through that drama. So each period you go through, you placed it. And it's not out of ignorance. You knew what you did before. And you know what is the answer. How do you overcome that negative trait? So you go through certain negative lifetimes. So you place a planet, so you cannot blame divine. You cannot blame anyone. And there's no need to blame either, because you did it and you get something out of it. You're a better person, you're a better material after you complete, say, 8 hours, 7 of your Saturn. Ashtamathisani. And all of us go through that, by the way. All of us will go through that. But it's not the same for each one. There is something on Latna, the Rasi, Kocha, they're different. So it's not, astrology is very complex. It's not as simple as people say. Because each house, all of them have effect. Who's looking at the planet, so all of them have effect. So same Ashtamathisani time will be different for different people. Some people go right through. There are some if somebody died in the family. That will happen. You cannot walk away from that. It will always happen. Something negative will happen during using Ashtamati Sun. Any planet, Rahu, Ketu, very intense planet. Rahu, nothing can give you like Rahu. Nothing can hurt you like Rahu. If it is negative, location, negative, if it is inauspicious for you, it can hurt you a lot. So I believe in astrology because I've gone through, I know it. You know, the Ketu now, see all this I get to do. Huge blessing to me and to you who is connected to me, who I think of. It's a great blessing. But Ketu by nature is supposed to cause you unhappiness, which it does. So many aspects of life, there is always some unhappiness. Somebody close to you go through unhappiness, you are unhappy. So it'll happen many ways. But you cannot completely escape from that. So accept it and learn from that and grow from that. That's the key point. That's what the planets themselves, they want us to grow. So when you overcome, say Ashtamati Sunny time, and learn from that, understand all this, why certain things are happening. Saturn himself is very happy because it is their growth. See, the planets, they are evolving too, just like us. Each planet, they are evolving. So they're very happy if they taught you something, if you learn something, if you benefit from them. Even though their job, they're executioners, they have to execute you, and they will do that effectively. But we, from our wisdom, understand that and take the positive aspect of that negative life in that period. If you do them, you're very pleased. Human, very small, very low level thinking. We're not developed. We're very rudimentary beings. We look at animals and think they are rudimentary. We're very rudimentary. Look at us. Heart pumping like a pump. Lungs bellows. Very rudimentary organism. Higher organism, there is no body, there's nothing. Pure spirits. That's much better for evolution because you don't have death or something like that. Everything dies except divine. Everything dies. And there's an end to everything. Even Earth for 4 billion years now. Another 2 billion, 3 billion Earth will. But billion years to us seems, how can that be? But in the cosmic scale, it's small. It's like a spark, quick. And she is sitting on top of it as a pure consciousness. And she has created us so that she can watch us grow. And that's love, that's affection. And then she gives so much. Now she's giving us a new temple. And I'm saying she's building it because even though we are our contributors, we do them, we build it in the direction. But which deity to bring, where to place them, what rituals we have to do. If you don't know that, you don't know, you can't build a temple. You have to know that. He or she has given us all the information. And that energy is a holder, that energy is a builder. She, out of love, she gives us. These organisms are very primitive, very hard journey. And this fellow, I help him a little bit, and he's trying his best to help them, to share with them. I share with you. Today I did that. But ultimately, the divine knows it's a very, very hard journey. It's not an easy journey. That's why she told me. That's why I've given you so much lifetime, 1,000 years. I said 1,000 years. Just arbitrarily I picked up. The Krishna Bhagavan told Arjuna, you have lived that many lifetimes, and I know you each lifetime, but you don't remember that. So I figured it out. Probably on average at least 1,000 years. We live and evolve to a higher level. We don't go back to Vaikuntha. We may go for a short period, a rest period, then you come right back. Because our journey has to continue. It's a long journey. And it continues. So we go higher and higher and higher until we become one with her. And that will happen out of our love. It cannot happen by our own effort. That's right. They say bhakti is most important. Let her decide how much time you should take in this life or what all you should learn. She knows what is best for you. and she will lead you. In this temple, all of you have tremendous bhakti. That's why you come here, you enjoy her. And that's boom. It's not something we do for her, it's something she does for us. And she elevates us. So life is really pretty if you take it this way. All this pain and suffering, it's a way to make us strong. It's a way of journey. You have to go through that journey depending on where you started and where you're going. It's very interesting how different people learn differently, how much richer they become. But ultimately all are good. There's nothing like bad. Even a bad time, it ends. You know that. Any bad time ends. So think of it. This also will end. And think of some higher energy monitoring you, following you, and she's going to make sure we reach it. We go back to where we came from, our origin. That is the journey. That's what I'm referring to journey. Is that journey back to where we came from. That means back to the origin. We all came from, even the asuras, all of us came from that one explosion. It's not a big bang, it's expansion at the time. Thank you. So that the pure consciousness expanded, and that's created so many universes, not just the world. Now they say multiverse. There are many universes. Just a mere thought. One universe, multiple galaxies, multiple solar systems, multiple life beings. So for her, it's a very, very small thing to do. Just thought she can create. But for us, it's not a thought. It's a very arduous journey. She started it for us, and we have to make her feel comfortable. How evolve, become, as well. They say, be nice, be a nice person. It's not, it's all you want. Help each other, share. So what she expects from us is that understand reality, and to that end the scriptures help, Upanishads, Vedas, Bible, Quran, any one of them. But remember, this body's mind, body, intellect is temporary. That's going to go away. So don't work for it. That's why I say long-term investment. Some people give big money. I see she's sitting there. She gives big money, but she can afford it. Some people are blessed, they can afford it. And they give. But to me, that is the smartest thing. The good investment is that a good investment is something which is permanent, which keeps on growing, never ends. But this is not permanent. Look at Steve Jobs, the Apple founder. When he died, $20 billion worth of Apple stocks he had, $20 billion. 1 second, it's gone. He's not the owner of that anymore. So what happened to the $20 billion? It's gone. So it cannot be a good investment. It's a good investment while he's alive. But when he passes to a different level, different plane of existence, in that existence, that wealth is not going to be useful to him. Nobody will even connect him with whatever. He did good things, so I'm sure he had a good death, but he passed. He died young. He had pancreatic cancer. But he lived a long time, 8 years he lived with that. Usually people don't live that long. They die very quickly. But he lived 8 years. But he left that man. So that's not a good investment. To me, the best investment is what Wayne is doing. She's giving money to the temple to do. What does she get out of it? She gets a lot. Because each one of us was here to be able to enjoy divine. She is a participant because she made it possible. So that's a very smart way of investing. And when she passes away, go to a different plane of existence, she will carry the wealth. Because it's recorded, all the stories about Chitragupta keeping track. Believe me, it's true. It may not be Chitragupta, it's some energy, some cosmic energy, keeps track of it. And it's perfect. The law is very perfect. What you sow, you reap. Everything. And it keeps track of every, thought process, even thinking. That's why I don't want to think bad like anybody. Because that itself has an energy, has an effect. But luckily, the recipient doesn't know it. So my thought cannot hurt it. Because he's not evolved enough to be sensitive. But suppose he is a Siddha, he knows thoughts. You'll be hurt from that. Let's say it's the evil eyes. All those are true. But we have protection because we are dense. We don't have that much of knowledge, that much of ability to see thought and be hurt by that. In a way, it's a protection. But his thought has energy. But depending on his level of evolution, the Siddha, his thought will be very energetic. He's an average human being like most of us are. That thought doesn't have that much energy. But still it has small iota. So all these things are real. I've gone through that, I experienced it, I know the thought process of some people affect me. And I know it during Ketu time, I can perceive them. Then I say, I wanted it, I took it, that's why I was born in Rohini, I had certain planetary Dasa Buddhi. I had to go through that. But I will take the best out of it. Look at this Ketu, now what I'm doing. I have the blessing and the privilege of doing things for you. How can that be bad time or bad period? If I can do something for you, that's a good period. So if you look at it that way, that pain of that time is not there. You don't perceive the pain. You take the pain as a good thing. Because somebody sat on me, stood on me, I helped them. So if you take it that way, there's nothing like bad. Only thing is don't himsa, don't commit himsa. Don't think of negative things. Don't think of hurting someone. Because who are you hurting? Anything exists is from her. You're hurting her. Thank you.